Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 158, Motif Development Using Melodic Rhythms. It's time again to take another rhythm, add notes to it, and then improvise with it over tunes. This is called Motif Development. Let's review some of the common tools improvisers use to develop motifs. First, original motif, meaning take a melodic rhythm and add notes to it. Variation, meaning same notes, different rhythm, or same rhythm, different notes. You can use extension, meaning adding new material immediately before or after to either the original motif or a fragment of the original motif. Fragmentation, using a part of the motif. Rhythmic displacement, starting the motif on a different beat. Augmentation, making the time values of the notes in the motif longer. Or diminution, which is the opposite of that, making the time values shorter. For an in-depth explanation of these ideas, check out Hal Crook's book, How to Improvise. This week, the motif incorporates two main ideas. First, 4 consecutive eighth notes, and second, rhythmic displacement. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we're all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression. The chords are A minor 7 flat 5 to D7 to G minor triad for 2 measures, and then C minor 7 to F7 sus 4 to B flat major 7 for 2 measures. In addition to standard notation, tab, chords, and chord scales, I also include hammer-ons, pull-offs, left-hand fingering, and right-hand fingering. I include left-hand fingering, which I modified from Tim Miller's 2-1-2 approach. I include right-hand fingering in case you're interested in the fingerstyle approach that I use. Here are the chord scales I'm using for this week's line. The chord scales I use don't have any non-harmonic tones. They are made up of chord tones and allowable tensions. In a nutshell, I go from chord sound to chord sound, resolving tension by half step at the point of chord change. But that's just how I do it. There are many other types of vocabulary that you can use that you may prefer. The chord scales are C melodic minor to E flat melodic minor to G melodic minor for 2 measures, to B flat major to G flat melodic minor to F pentatonic for 2 measures. Here's the basic idea of 4 consecutive eighth notes rhythmically displaced in such a manner that it starts an eighth note rest later each time in the measure, like this. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. So let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, you've got the original motif, meaning 4 consecutive eighth notes, starting on beat 1. In measure 2, there's variation of the original motif, starting on the and of beat 1. In measure 3, you've got variation starting on beat 2. Measures 4 to 5, you've got another variation of the original motif, starting on the and of beat 2. In measures 5 to 6, there's another variation starting on beat 3. Measures 6 to 8, variation starting on the and of beat 3, extending the note value at the very end to a whole note to complete the phrase. Also, take a look at the last note of measure 4 going into measure 5. Note E under the G minor chord resolves by half step to note E flat under the C minor 7 chord. That's because at the point of chord change, you leap from a note if it's agreeable or harmonic to both the chord of the moment and the next chord. Otherwise, you need to resolve the note, preferably by half step. This is a very common rule that you see in all sorts of music to resolve tension. So that's all for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.